Topic 4. That
I know you're excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Actually, before we get into topic 4, let's do a quick 1-2 switch battle.
1-2 switch battle? All right.
Okay, we're going to do a quick draw real quick for you guys here on the Game & Watch drop.
Can they see that? You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't even need to see it.
Yeah.
It's the fact is that it's just us.
They just need to see us acting a fool.
I'm going to take you down, boy.
Face each other. Ready. Steady. Fire!
I got you so good.
How fast was that?
Oh, it was like the speed of light, dude. Best 2 out of 3, that's what we're going to do. Look at that. It was so powerful, my gun kicked back.
You shot me right in the
Yeah, I did. Sorry about that, dude. Alright.
Quick draw.
This right here, I'll be the winner.
Face each other.
Sneaky Pete.
Ready. Steady. Fire!
Ooh, that was close, dude.
Oh, damn, man.
There you go. There you go. That's 1-2 switch for you guys right there. Quick draw. That was 1-2 switch. Quick draw. But yeah, so we're going to go into the last topic, which is going to be kind of like Don's going to be asking me some questions in regards to the new game that came out from PlayStation, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Which I know nothing about, absolutely nothing, and I've seen little about it. Everything I know is from this man right here, and it sounds just absolutely amazing. I'm a stiffler for storylines in games, so, and you tell me this is probably one of the best storylines in the game.
It's an amazing storyline for me. Do you want me to spoil it for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Spoilers
Spoiler
at 32.
So, real quick, Horizon Zero Dawn, in my opinion, by far one of the best games on the PlayStation 4 to this day.
Yeah.
Loved Uncharted 4, but there's already been Uncharted's.
Yeah.
This is the new IP. Mm-hmm. The main protagonist, Aloy, is going to be the new Nathan Drake of the PlayStation company. It's the first game I ever platinum in my entire life, too. So
Real
that's
quick,
a thumbs up.
Is it pronounced Alloy or is
Alloy.
it pronounced Aloy? Because I heard David is our boss, and he pronounces it Aloy. Because I don't know why he said. I feel like there's gonna be a strong argument if he watches this video. He's going to come and he's.
No, you know what? You're kind of right. I think it is Aloy.
Is it Aloy?
Yeah, it's Aloy. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how these people call her in the game. Aloy. No, yeah, it's Aloy. I don't know why I say alloy.
Because I think it's supposed to be
It
like a
sounds
play on
better
words
that way,
with
yeah.
alloy because it's metal, alloy, get it? Yeah.
So, Aloy, we'll start off with that. By far one of the best protagonists out there. She holds her own. Honestly, I think she's even better than Lara Croft.
Really?
In regards to her story, the way she holds herself up, Ashley Birch did a fantastic job voicing her. The story to this game blew me away. It starts off as a child. She's a child.
Yeah.
She doesn't know where she's from. She's
Okay.
being raised by a guy named Ross, and the story doesn't tell why.
Yeah.
But it will soon say why. I'm pretty sure in the future, in future games. But she finds a device that kind of tells her, different things. She's able to see certain things. She can see tracks.
Okay.
She can see certain creatures that are the robotic creatures that are in the world. So it's.
She's supposed to be from a primitive tribe, but she's got this piece of technology that allows
That's
her to be a little bit more advanced than the people she's around.
Right. Well, she's from a primitive tribe with a piece of technology that looks like from the future, but it's actually from the past.
Yeah.
And so, what happens is that she wants to find out who her parents are. So the person who's raising her, Rost, he tells her, if you win the proving, you can get your answer. So it's kind of like a montage of her training, wanting to become the best,
Okay.
and wants to win the proving. So once you get to the proving, you get ambushed by this group of people called the Karja. She finds out that one of them they have the same device that she does, and when she looks at the device, it's like a message that's saying, "Go kill this person that looks exactly like Aloy, exactly like her." And by the way, Aloy, fantastic protagonist, Absolutely fantastic protagonist. Ashley Birch did a fantastic job with her. So you find that out and you're like, what's going on? What's the point? And so you starting to figure out that
Just making me nervous.
yeah,
Being so close.
yeah.
To the edge.
For some reason I
I
was
saw
like,
you
it's
kind
gonna
of
fall.
like. Yeah, I was like. Ugh.
But yeah, so she's on an adventure trying to figure out where she's from, who's this woman that she looks like,
Yeah.
and what's going on. So with all that being said, something happened in the past where technology was taking over the world. They're making
Kind of like a Skynet kind of thing.
exactly.
Okay.
So it was like the past was very technologically advanced. They were going in a great direction. And then there was a project that someone made called Peacemakers.
Peacemakers.
And so these were war-fighting machines that were used to keep peace. Very, ironic to an extent, you know? And so something happened within the database that it became corrupt, and these machines were killing people. And so the only way to stop it was a doctor named Dr. Sobek, who looks exactly like Aloy from the past. She came up with a project called Project Zero Dawn. And it was supposed to be the project that was going to stop this virus that was going on in the whole system. And it's a very, very, it's a
Seems very
thorough.
deep.
It's a very deep and thorough project. And as
Yeah.
you play the game, you're trying to figure out what's going on. So the way the project goes is Aloy goes on and she finds out that they were making this project to where
I mean, this seems a little off topic, but just a quick question for people
Yeah.
that have not played this and it just a little ease of mind. What kind of education level are we talking about that Aloy has? I mean, is she intelligent enough to comprehend these things that are going on, or is she so primitive that it's just she really doesn't really understand much?
that's one thing that that bothers me a little bit.
Yeah.
That they're not supposed to really understand any of this, but she seems to grasp it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a guy that's with her that's talking with her at the moment in the game that's talking with her, talking her along through her journey.
Okay.
Who kind of
And
seems to understand.
that's not her. That's not the guy that raised her.
Because the person who raised her died when they got ambushed.
Okay.
He sacrificed her life for her.
So this is some sort of computer system.
It's a guy who's talking to her.
Oh, it's an actual
person.
person.
Who's telling her what to do. She needs to do this to kill this. And so the thing is that she has to go kill this. She has to go kill and destroy this big machinery that has a very deep voice that's telling the Karja, and it's overriding all these robots to go kill them.
So a godlike figure.
Exactly, but it's a machine.
Yeah.
So she needs to go destroy it. So this guy is telling her, you need to go do this, that we can go destroy the machine. And so what I'm gonna get into is really deep.
Is there I'm expecting hopefully there's some sort of twist here.
No, well, so there's a very deep scientific, very technologically thing that's going on in this, and I was trying to keep up with it.
Yeah.
But they did something to where what Zero Dawn was supposed to do was the world was gonna kill everybody.
Yeah.
And it's inevitable. And Zero Dawn was supposed to happen to where once all humankind died, Zero Dawn, which I think her name was Gina or something like that, was supposed to come alive, and she was supposed to be like a Mother Nature to an extent.
So like a Mother Earth kind of robotic figure.
Exactly, but it was all a mental
reseeding.
Right, they were supposed to bring life back together.
Okay.
And so once that was supposed to happen, something was happening to where the world was supposed to be overtaken by the robots.
Yeah.
Then Gino, or I forgot the name, was supposed to click.
Yeah.
And then it was supposed to hold database for humans. It was supposed to have human
DNA and stuff like
DNA
that.
in there.
Okay, so
it was supposed
kind
to
of
have live DNA.
Almost like what we have going on right now, the seed bank that's up
Yeah.
in the Arctic and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Okay.
But this is all through a computer base.
Yeah.
And she had different pillars. And so she had the pillar for human life. She had the pillar for knowledge. She had the pillar for environmental stuff. And then she had a pillar for wrath, if I'm not mistaken, that was the name. And that was the name of this machine that you have to go kill. And the reason for wrath was supposed to be if Gina were to malfunction and everything were to go wrong the exact same way that it went wrong with the robots, wrath was supposed to self-destruct everything, and Gina would redo it all over again until they got it right.
Yeah.
So it's a real deep, weird kind of it made me uneasy. But it was like, it was a weird thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see Aloy, like,
Doesn't seem like it's out of the realm of possibility, and that might be why it was kind of like
yeah.
unsettling.
And
kind
so,
of
like,
thing.
the way Aloy is, like, taking all this in, she's like, what the heck? Like, this is where... And so things are coming together because... which is weird, because, like I said, this is a very primitive game. Like, it seems as if you're in the past with robotic dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But there's moments where, like, I was, traveling. And you can fast travel in this game to different areas. Don't do that. Like, literally take your time and go place to place. Because there was moments where I was literally going through a valley. And as I was walking, I would stop, and I was like, is that windmills? And I'm like, why the heck is there a windmill in this game? And so, like, they're rustic,
Yeah.
And they're, like, torn apart. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then you keep walking some more, and there's another place, and I see, like, a tank. I'm like, why the heck is there a tank in this game? Like, I didn't know coming into this game what was going on, And you're finding this stuff before you even get the knowledge as to what happened in the past.
Yeah.
And so, it's a beautiful game, dude. Very beautifully done. And so, Gina happened. It was going everything the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But this whole wrath. So what happened was that everything went the way it's supposed to be. They created humans. So there's humans stuck in this place that at the very beginning of the game, Aloy went up to this machine and said it couldn't recognize her. Like, it's like, it doesn't recognize you, we're not going to grant you access. Which is what all the people thought was a god. It was actually a computer voice not allowing access into this machine.
Yeah.
Into this homing facility for these people. And so once you find out all this information about Gina, you get the override so you can go all the way back to the very beginning.
No shit.
You go all the way back to the very beginning. You override this machine, and you walk in, and your little dongle that you have can track as to what was going on in that time period. And so you walk in, and
So it
there's
sort of displays
what happened in the
like
past.
the past.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so
okay.
there's a moment, and I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. There's a moment where she walks, and you look at the wall, and she doesn't bring it up. Like, I just noticed it. You look at the wall, and it's like with crayon. Like, these kids drew like kids, and what they thought was Gina in their mind. Mm-hmm. And so it's like you see these kids as little babies. Like, you go walk in, and there's like, this is the nursery where the robots were taking care of them. And then when they grew up,
And they were supposed to be like the start of the new civilization for
right.
man. Wow.
And so then they go from babies, and there's the next section to where they're a little older.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a playground area for them to play. And then you see little moments where, like, you see them interacting with these robots, and like the robots, like, right there teaching them, and this is what happened back in 17 something something, and this is what the Roman Empire. And it's like they're trying to teach them all the stuff from the past all over again.
Yeah, they're just trying to educate them
Right.
so they don't make the mistakes in the future.
Right. And then
Okay.
there's a moment that you get to where they're like teenagers, like they're like college student age.
Yeah.
And the robot's talking to them, and they're like, we don't want to listen to you. You're not real. And it's like these humans are trying to understand that what they're living in is not real. And they're getting tired of being cooped up in this one area.
Yeah.
And so somehow they find a way to break free. And that's how civilization began. And so something happened to where the Wrath area became corrupted. And it was going to overtake Gina and the whole world again.
Yeah.
And Gina, the only way that Gina thought was the perfect way to get this all done was to fix this problem, to stop it.
Yeah.
And the only way to do it was to bring Dr. Sobek back to life. And so she grabbed cells from Dr. Sobek.
So you find out that Aloy is
Dr. Sobek.
like just like
complete
a clone,
copy.
like a
Exactly.
clone.
And so, like, you're right there and you're taking all this in, and Gina's talking to her, and is like, the only way I can do this is I had to destroy myself to stop this and then bring you to life. And you were the reason why you
That's
were here.
hella deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so there's this struggle. There's this struggle where Aloy is like, and you just feel bad for her. Like, because you're like, I don't have a mother. I don't come from anybody. I just come from a machine. Which,
Yeah.
yeah, she does. But she overcomes it. And you go and you fight and you destroy this machine, Wrath. And I think I'm getting that wrong. I'm really sure there's a different name, but I'm pretty sure it's Wrath. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. But she destroys it and brings peace to this world. And you find out that this is all taking place in freaking Nevada.
Huh.
And it's like, what the heck? Like, you thought this is some other world, but it's actually taking place in Nevada.
What year is it supposed to be? Did they
It
discuss
doesn't
that?
say. It
Doesn't
doesn't
say
even.
that.
No, it doesn't even say years at all.
Doesn't even say like near
Like the
future,
last time,
or far future.
last time when the whole war thing happened, it was like 2090 something, if I'm not mistaken.
So this could be like 100 years, 200 years
Yeah.
plus in the future.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Enough time for machines to like evolve, or I guess devolve into like what we perceive as dinosaurs, right?
Right.
So okay.
and so what
and
happens?
for Nevada to turn green and lush, right? Because it's supposed to be
Right.
like a jungle.
Right.
Okay.
And so then there's the moment where they defeat it. The guy that was helping her the whole time, he he pops out in the story once in a while, and then there's a moment at the very end of the game where the machines is the thing that she just destroyed. It's like its spirit to an extent comes out of the machine, and it goes way across the map of the entire game.
Yeah.
And it shows the guy that was helping her out. He has this canister, and this thing just goes and comes into the canister. And he's like, "I'm so glad I finally have you. I'm going to use you to what I was actually hoping to use you for." And then the camera pans out, and there's like this freaking ginormous monster, like robot, that's just buried in the mountain. And it's like, you know what's going to happen in number 2.
Yeah.
Like, you know that what's going to happen is that they're going to use it to fight against the monsters. Hey, is that you, Chris?
No, it's David.
Golly,
hey, David.
I'm not gonna lie. It was just like, what the hell is going on?
We're over here talking about Horizon Zero Dawn.
We're at the end of our show.
I just platinum it yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Great.
David, always second best.
Yeah, he David was not able to plan it before I did. So shows you who's better. Anyways, with that being said, the game does lend itself to be able to have a sequel straight
Okay.
out, right off the bat.
Right
It's
on.
going to be a sequel no matter what. So I'm really excited for the sequel. So yeah, I think this game is an amazing game. It's phenomenal. It belongs here on the PS4, and if you don't have a PS4, get it just for this game.
Real quick, tell me when are you hoping to see a sequel? In the next couple years?
I'm the kind of person where I don't like sequels so fast.
Yeah.
I would like to maybe see it in the next 3 years.
3 years?
Maybe
Okay.
4 years. And I would love to see how they refine it, because this game is already so perfect in its gameplay that I don't know how they can make it better, but I'm pretty sure they can.
Are there any other qualities you're looking for in this game? Like, are you looking for to keep it like a single player game? Are you hoping that there's like multiplayer features, or is there any other specific feature you want to see in this game for like the sequel?
I don't want multiplayer. I'm the kind of person where I hate when they put multiplayer into the game just for the fact of keeping it alive.
Yeah.
And it makes sense in a business standpoint. This game doesn't have a multiplayer,
Yeah.
which is weird, because most games do.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they didn't.
Yeah.
They're sticking to what they want. So yeah, I'm glad that this game is. It's so refined. And it's like, what can they improve on in the next game? Hey, David, are you still there?
Yeah.
Come here, David.
David's here. We might as well bring him on.
Might as well just bring him on.
I just wanted to let you guys right here.
No. All right, David, come into the camera. David just beat.
Our AM, David.
He just beat the game yesterday.
Here,
Platinumed
David,
it.
you can have a seat.
So, David, real quick, what were your thoughts on Horizon Zero Dawn?
Thought it was a really good game. Wasn't super glitchy, which was nice.
Yeah.
It's always nice to see a really polished game rather than a lot of the AAA stuff that kind of just gets jammed out nowadays.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I mean, of course, there's going to be a sequel. Like, it set itself up directly
Yeah.
into a sequel. But I'd say really solid. The story was engrossing. Once I actually did start doing the main story stuff, because I got really sidetracked with the side quest stuff, I couldn't stop. It was, and the entire time when you're wandering around and you go into cauldrons and everything, you're just like, where did all this come from? What's the point of all this? It really made you it really did a good job of building that mystery and building that world.
Yeah.
Which is important for a first title to, make you actually care about what the hell's going on. A couple of the interactions were kind of weird between people.
Yeah,
but,
I agree.
A little, I don't know, just didn't really make sense. Some of them would be like really pissed off, and then all of a sudden be like, all right, cool, and it's just stuff like that was a little weird. But but not enough to make me hate it. I mean, I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10 if I was to give it like a rating.
Solid 10.
Give it a solid 10.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say
the interactions were not that bad. Like there's moments where it was like Fallout 4-ish, kind of weird. Like they're just standing right next to each other.
Yeah.
And like some of the voice acting was a little off too. And I would give it that. You know what? 9.5. Anyways, but
I mean, I wouldn't give it a perfect score, but I would give it near perfect.
Yeah.
You know, if I was going to decimals, I would give it like 9.5.
Yeah.
You know, like there's enough wrong to say, all right, I don't feel comfortable enough saying this game was absolutely flawless, execution was totally perfect.
But damn near.
But it was damn near, yeah. Like especially the combat.
Oh.
The combat stole the show a lot of times. The robots are really well done. The only thing the big thing on combat that needs to be improved is the human AI.
yeah.
I understood, like, the robots do really, really well. Their attack animations are fluid. The way that they fight makes sense for what they are. But I really feel like the humans and maybe even the Watcher AI, I understand that they're early on, but they're super weak. So make them intelligent. You know, if they see another robot go down, rather than just being like, oh, I'm kind of curious because there's a robot that's dead over here, and then you have a human jumping out of a bush, you know, like hitting them. You know, make them smart. Make them go, you know, there's a dead robot over here. Maybe set up some sort of a search pattern rather than going straight to it.
Right.
Stuff like that. You know, if I just saw Dom get shot in the head with an arrow, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I think that there might be somebody. Look around for like a minute.
Danger.
Yeah, look around for a minute and they go, that was the wind.
To be like more on point, like on guard, alert. Like,
Yeah, like, and they do that,
Yeah.
but it's like you can wait a minute and then they go back to normal, just like a lot of other video games. But like if I just saw somebody get shot in the head, I'm not gonna be like, oh nope, that was probably the wind.
Yeah. True.
Wow, that wind really
But
carried
yeah.
that arrow.
Yeah,
What's
like
that?
so yeah.
So what are you looking for in regards to the sequel? Because I think the way that they lend itself, obviously there's going to be a bigger, badder robot you have to face.
Yeah.
I would like to see also some more diverse robots. Now the only way they can do that is if there's some sort of cauldron out there that's like you can't that was not accessible.
Well, what I think will have to happen, because I'm not sure. I mean, obviously they're probably somewhere in the U.S.
Yeah.
during the game.
Nevada.
Oh, it's all in Nevada?
Yeah.
Okay, that I didn't know. So,
It's in like the little talking.
So you have the fact that the game so far is contained straight to Nevada. Well, then there's so much more that you can go from there, and that's what I think
true.
they have to do is they have to expand the map out, which, I mean, the map was already pretty huge, but it's, you know, it's got to be bigger, it's got to encapsulate more. And honestly, they have everything they need, because there are all these other tribes, the Oseram, the Banuk, that, yeah, you got to meet people and kind of see their farthest encampments from their own territory.
Right.
But I've never been to the Claim. You know, what's going on over there? What kind of a territory is the Claim? I don't remember what the Banuk call their place, but you know, there's that tribe that is jungle based. That I would imagine is down more in Mexico, South America, that way. So.
That's awesome.
You
Yeah,
know,
I didn't think about
So
that.
you're
Yeah,
looking
they're
for, like discovery with environment for the next game. Like you'd be traveling to these certain areas, maybe like uniting clans or something, maybe against this further threat.
yeah, like you know, we already know what happened with the world now.
Yeah.
We, you know, I don't want, of course I don't want to talk about it because I don't know, you know.
Where you
played-
spoiled the
Yeah, we
entire
already
thing.
Oh, you've already spoiled
Yeah.
it. All right, so
The
okay,
whole
so
game has been explained.
so you know, we know already what is happening, what happened to the world.
Yeah.
And we know some of the intricacies between the tribes. But that's where we need to dive further into, because now that I know what happened, all right, cool, that's great, and there's definitely more detail. There's all the other pieces of Gaia that we didn't really get into.
Gaia. That's how you say
Gaia.
that. I was saying Gia.
Gina.
Oh no, it's Gaia.
Totally forgot how to say her name.
So you know, there's all those other pieces of Gaia. Of course, Hades is our big bad.
Hades. That's what it was, dude. I was saying Wrath. I knew I was wrong.
No, they're all named after Greek god stuff.
That's what I thought.
I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds more right.
But you know, there's all those other pieces of Gaia that we don't really know much about, and we know Apollo was destroyed. You know, but what happened with all of the other ones? You know, I don't remember all of them, but it's, you know, there's probably Athena. You know, like what is that? There's all these other pieces out there that are supposed to be planted across the world that we've never been anywhere near. They already said they were planting these cauldrons, these different things across the world beforehand. So there is plenty of other space out there. Yeah, like there's so much stuff. If we plus it totally opens up the ability to ride around on a Stormbird, which I would be totally cool with. You obviously wouldn't be able to make the entire world into one map. That would just be too big for one game. So you would have to create. You could still create large swaths of land.
So
but in order to travel between them, you'd need a way to travel. Like if you were to open up maybe a province in China as part of where you needed to go next.
That's legit.
In order to get there, obviously you're not going to walk.
Yeah.
So maybe you ride a Stormbird.
Sure.
And then, like, you fly over the Great Wall.
Yeah, but it just, if the Great Wall's still even there.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing to see the ruins of the Great Wall.
Yeah, all of it would be awesome to see the ruins of the stuff.
Yeah.
They would also be able to explore, maybe the U.S. was as technologically advanced as it is, but maybe other parts of the world were either more or less. And seeing how seeing what ruins actually stayed around from those times. I think there's a lot of stuff they can do, and I'm really excited for a sequel. I do hope they take their time to make it. Yeah. I think they have a lot of the assets they're going to reuse anyway, but so it might not take 4 years, depending on the team that they stick on it.
I think I agree with everything that you said. I think that I would like to see how they improve on the robotic AI as well. I want to see more diversity as well in the robots. I'm pretty sure they're smart. They seem like they're smart riders. They're a smart team. They can do it. I like to see some more water-based robots. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
One thing that I would like to, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would disagree on me on this, but I would like to see by the time Horizon 3 comes out, that Aloy is walking around with the freaking machine gun, because they're in the past. Like they live in the past mentally. But I like to see where they venture out, and they're finally getting weapons that are, what I'm saying? To see that evolution in Aloy, going from bows and arrows to where she's actually using, like, weapons,
Maybe, like, armor and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to the extent she has, like, the Weaver outfit.
Yeah, the Shield Weaver, which, they're going to have to put in some kind of way that she loses all her gear. The Shield Weaver outfit gets destroyed and blah, 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 because, otherwise. But either way, I can see what you're going for there. Railguns would be the big thing, because that's what they actually used to fight. The humans did their infantry during that stall deal that I can't remember the name of all of a sudden. And during victory.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a railgun maybe in Horizon 2 or 3 possibly. I don't want to see her get completely away from.
Would you like to see an aspect maybe like kind of like Resident Evil where you have spared ammo use with the railgun?
If she does wind up with these bigger, badder weapons, then I want them to be pretty limited on how often you can use them. Because I don't know, I like the bow and arrow thing. I like the spear. I like especially taking down these technologically advanced robots with a bow and arrow. They wind up using the technology and wrapping it into the bow as well. I could even see maybe her adapting the newer technology into a really badass futuristic bow.
That's true.
That would be super cool too. As she pulls the string, because they said in one of the little data point things that the robots were being created out of light. So something like she pulls back the string and an arrow gets created out of light.
Oh, okay. That'd be legit.
Stuff like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. More diverse robots. I think they did really well for a first game, as far as the diversity on them. If they are going to make more water-based ones, then they have to make some kind of way for you to fight in the water, because that's currently impossible. Which is I don't know. I would disagree with you on that only because I hate water combat.
Well, I don't mean in the water. Like something like a bigger thing comes out from out the water,
And if it was limited to certain sections, kind of like the Deathbringer was limited to certain sections of the game. If a water-based robot like that was limited, and maybe it was only during certain times where you had some kind of way to fight them.
Yeah.
I don't know, you were on a boat and you were fighting against something big like that. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But as a general thing, like I hate fighting stuff that can. I mean, it'd basically be like a rock breaker, but in the water. But I have no way to run around in the water area, so I have to stick
Right.
to coast, and then it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so I think final thing is I think I said final 2 times ago.
Yeah.
But
Probably like a half hour ago.
the final thing is that one thing I can't wait to see is how much more beautiful this game can get. I know Hideo Kojima's team, Kojima Productions, is using the exact same engine as Guerrilla Games is, and Kojima's team is refining the engine and giving them all the notes, and Guerrilla is putting it into their database because they're sharing the exact same line of code. Like whatever they're using, Kojima's using this too. So I know that his team is refining it, while Guerrilla's also refining it. So you're having 2 teams making it look, and Kojima makes games that look very realistic, and I'm pretty sure Death Stranding is gonna be a very photorealistic kind of looking game. So I can't wait to see how Horizon will look, with more lush kind of areas, and I don't know. But Horizon Zero Dawn is fantastic. You think it's fantastic. Dom sucks because he's never played it. This is a Morning Game and Watch Drop, guys. Thanks for joining us here on Thursday. This is when it comes up. Anyways, we filmed this on Thursday. It'll be coming out next week. But yeah, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Push that thumbs up button. Comment down below. Subscribe. This is me, Robert. This is Dom. This is David. This is amazingness right here, guys. Stay tuned for some more awesomeness here on the Morning Game and Watch Drop on the INDUO channel.
Have a good day, guys.
We out, boys.
Bye.